Canada had a big event yesterday, a huge event yesterday. A nationwide alert DEFCON 1 event. A rock group called the Tragically Hip, Gord Downie, who has been diagnosed with terminal brain cancer, had a performance. It was a Canada-wide event. It was broadcast on CBC. It was probably the highlight of the, I don't know, the decade, the century even. You go figure. Anyway, I listened to about 10 minutes. That's all I could take. And I wish this man the best. He shouldn't be suffering with this. He is. Has he come out on talking about cancer? No, no. He leaves the syndicate alone, the medical guys alone. They're on his side. They're feeding him the radiation, the stuff that caused the cancer. They're going to treat him with the stuff that caused the cancer, to get rid of the cancer. And what I don't understand, and I've said this many times on my YouTubes, why is it that people of apparent insight and creativity and brilliance, like this Gord Downie guy, and he did speak out briefly on the Native issue, how the genocide, the Canadian genocide, he didn't say specifically genocide or murder. He said something went wrong, and our Prime Minister is going to set it right. Like he's really going to set it right. He really gives a shit. He cares, right? No. They have a club. Gord Downie's part of the club. He likes to appear. They promote these people. They come out to the front. They are the people that have made a pact with the Grim Reaper. The Grim Reaper who is ravaging Fukushima. Now I'm become death, destroyer of worlds. And this is the world tour we should all be focusing on. This is the world tour, not the Gord Downie Tragically Hip tour, his concert. This is the concert, the ongoing concert worldwide. So my comment today is about the greatest challenge that we face, the greatest challenge that we face on earth right now, and the people that are going to make a difference toward this great challenge. I'm going to talk to you about the greatest challenge. And there are many of you that are going to say, oh, he's going to talk about geoengineering. Or maybe he's going to talk about Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt. No, geoengineering chemtrails. Big problem. Yeah, big problem. No. What's he going to talk about? The power elites, the money power elites, the divine right of kings, the challenge to get rid of all these oligarchs, these people that are trying to usurp our birthright of being individual sovereign being on this planet. We don't need your permission to do anything. You come out of nowhere with all your rules, creating rules that make us do things the way you want us to do things, not the way it comes out of our nature, out of our being. Is that the greatest challenge we face? Or genetic manipulation, the Monsanto types. Is he going to talk about Monsanto and the genetic mutilations, mutations, the weird shit that we eat in our food? Hey, that's a big one. Or maybe the medical pharmaceutical death syndicate. Maybe that's our greatest challenge. Oh, is that our greatest challenge? And you can hear it everywhere on YouTube. Vaccinations. Oh, well, is that our greatest challenge? Or even transhumanism or eugenics, transhumanism, converting us, human beings, through the geoengineering, the materials that they're spraying over top of us all the time, that is infiltrating our biosphere, our biology, our cells, our DNA is being altered. Is that maybe what the greatest challenge? Transhumanism, eugenics, the killing of many people for the benefit of a few who can't even wipe their asses. The few that'll be left, they need us. They need the population. So that's a big issue. Or maybe alien manipulations, alien infiltration, all the weird shit from non-terrestrial entities entering. Oh, big challenge. Yeah. Or you know what? Maybe the religious the religious wars and genocides committed over the last many thousands of years in the name, obviously, of the Akhenaten oligarchs. And they're the same types that run the show, religion, the big lie. Is that a big challenge? Or the way Ackerman goes on about nuclearism, Fukushima, Fukushima, and now I think I'm getting a lot close. Our biggest challenge. Is he going to talk about Fukushima again? No, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about that as being the biggest challenge. I'm going to tell you, and I've said this, and it's something that is so monumental in my mind, the biggest challenge. And this challenge existed before all or most of the challenges, maybe not, even before Akhenaten, 4,000 or 5,000 years ago. This challenge was part of the human race to succeed in overcoming this incredibly monumental challenge. And it won't happen through intellect. The intellect will not help us actually accomplish and overcome. It may aid, but it's not based on intellect and intelligence and brilliance, all the brilliance that has been produced that is called technology in our age. Hey, that's another challenge, technology. How do we handle technology? But here is the greatest challenge that humanity faces. And humanity is an amorphous creature for everyone, just like all these epic catastrophes and epic challenges but that we see what I've outlined, just a sum of them. Which one is the greatest one? And the greatest one is such a personal, most meaningful, monumental, epic challenge. We're losing the battle on this very basic problem humanity has. And it's a very simple fact, and I've said it. And all the other challenges would be resolved within a very short period of time, because we're very smart. We've shown that we're very smart, but we're not very smart when it comes to this very significant, simple fact. And what I've said is that consciousness is everything. It encompasses everything. And all the healers and the brilliant people who talk about consciousness keep you in the headlights, focused on the wrong thing, because it's not consciousness that is the issue, the challenge we face, but it is to follow that mysterious part in all of us individually, not the human race, you and me individually, to get in touch with what it is that makes us do the right thing every day. Wow, is that all, Tom? Yeah. This is what I've come to. This is what I've understood. This is what I've understood in my short period of time here on this planet. I have understood that for me, the greatest challenge, which now having, if I am able to do this, and it's not something you do and then you can leave and walk away. It's a day-to-day thing. It's a minute-by-minute thing. This is why it's so incredible. You can't go to sleep and forget about it, and maybe it'll have solved itself and fixed itself. No, it requires continuous attention to work on this part within ourselves. That is and it extends into the even greater realm. Once we begin to do the right thing, we begin to want to care. This is a curious anomaly within this. It's a kind of 101 of being alive, and the thing that we haven't accomplished in the aggregate in terms of a greater general public, but I don't care about the general public. I care about me and how I succeed in accomplishing this fact, to activate my conscience. And it's been subterfuged and obscured throughout history. History is, like I said, culture is the straw man. Like the Gord Downie Tragically Hip, culture is the straw man that keeps us in the headlights of their narrative, their agenda, which is to keep us away from beginning to do the right thing. It's a very clear, straightforward It is so simple, but it's the most difficult thing to accomplish in our lifetimes. In our lifetimes. And this concept of my logo or my Fuka Shiva, this is actually a representation of the actual. It's a sculpture of the actual Shiva character. The Shiva character is representative of knowing exactly what I'm saying. The Shiva character in the Mahabharata, in the scriptures, Hindu scriptures, if you go into this, is about being able to externalize the world around you, become significant and meaningful once that inner battle that this character stands for is accomplished, is achieved. And this character, the reason it's so apropos for Fukushima, and Fukushima will not be fixed until this happens individually, that transformation that we've been losing, that battle over the last 6,000 years of so-called recorded history, we've lost this battle. And we have mounted the challenges, the biggest challenges have been mounting and mounting. And now, of course, Fukushima is the jewel in the crown of all these challenges. But the bigger challenge is to actually get down to our own personal lives and create that inner transformation that makes us live up to our true potential, which is that thing in us that all of us have, unless you're a psychopath, and even probably psychopaths know, because they run away, they try to scurry in the light, they want to hide. Why do they want to hide? Because they know they've done something wrong. So unless we accomplish this, and I have to repeat this, and I just finished listening to another broadcast by Dana Durnford, who's going out on the water to show a man acting his conscience. He said he has to do this because he understands the significance in his own personal life, but he has actually transitioned. He is doing what he understands to be the most important thing in his life, which is to do the right thing no matter what, no matter how much they hound him and criticize him on the attack dogs he talks about that are placed out there in order to scuttle and to frighten people into shutting up. He won't shut up. I respect this man immensely, incredibly. So he's going out there, he's going into the communities, and I wish him well, and I hope he'll succeed with getting more people to recognize that inner battle, that the external world represents how we're losing or winning that inner battle.